our travels, we met an awesome family, the Stewarts, and although we only spent a short time together, they invited us to come to their church camp. And we were super grateful for the invite because it gave the kids a chance to play with other children, and we got to have conversations with adults, which was quite a novelty these days. The people were really friendly and inclusive. The kids got to do lots of cool activities, and Mila met her new best friend, Savannah, the Pomeranian, who she spent every waking moment with. So after the camp, it was back to us again, just us and nature. That took a bit of getting used to for the kids, but it was time to explore Washington State, starting with this awesome spot, Deception Pass. Next, we headed to Elder Lake, which we didn't have high hopes for. However, it turned out to be such a sweet spot. We were camped right next to this beautiful blue dammed lake, which was super deep and had really cool spots to jump off the rocks into the lake. The temperatures were getting really hot while we were there, over 30 degrees most days, so we spent a lot of time in that water. We set off really early one morning and headed up Mount Rainier. The scenery was amazing. We wanted to beat the heat and do a hike before it got too sweltering. So we had our breakfast in the car park before hitting the trail. It was tough going, pretty steep, pretty hot, but there was some cool wildlife to enjoy along the way. We got pretty close to the marmots actually. There seemed to be quite a lot of them on Mount Rainier and they weren't bothered by us. They were just hanging out, doing their thing. And then there was a little bit of leftover snow from the winter still hanging around, so the kids got their thrills with that, made a tiny snowman, and continued on our way. Such stunning views from the top. It was worth the effort going up that big mountain. The trip back down was a bit faster, and we were exhausted by the time we got to the bottom. So straight back to that lake for another swim. Next up was Long Beach. We had been told about this kite festival by someone earlier on in our travels, so we made a special effort to attend, and we were not disappointed. The sky was just filled with every type of kite that you could imagine, and they also had all sorts of events going on with competitive kite flyers who worked as a team to coordinate their kites in perfect unison, doing tricks and choreography. Didn't even know this existed, but it was really impressive to watch. Even though it wasn't really swimming weather, it was just so nice to be back by the ocean again. That's something that we've been craving over the last few months. And there'll be much more seaside adventures to be had as we travel down the Oregon coast. But that's a wrap on our Washington State highlights reel. It was a real treat.